Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, new attacks on tankers, the price of oil and gas spike, winter whiplash, and Lara meets Conan. Breaking news, ships ablaze near the Strait of Hormuz. As Iran launches new attacks overnight, smoke and flames pour from this tanker near Iraq. A massive explosion rocks Oman's largest oil facility. Iran effectively shutting down the critical oil passageway. What it means with parts of Tehran reduced to rubble. And the president reacts to a new report indicating American responsibility for the deadly strike on a girls' school in Iran.
Breaking overnight, the price of gas rising again as the global price of oil tops $100 a barrel. What it means as the Trump administration announces the release of 172 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserves. Now, what next? And what we are learning about the financial cost of this war.
Urgent FBI alert. Warning Iran wants to strike the U.S. homeland, aspiring to use drones targeting the West Coast. This morning, the president responding.
Winter whiplash. Fall spring temperatures now plunging as much as 40 degrees, where you might see snow again. Plus, Ginger tracks the back-to-back major winter storms on the move.
Jeffrey Epstein's longtime accountant grilled by lawmakers on how he went from a math teacher to having a massive fortune.
Google Maps getting an AI makeover.
And here you go.
We have an exclusive first look at how their biggest update in 10 years works.
Hungry for deals? The new way McDonald's is trying to lure back customers. What you'll be able to get for just $3.
Emotional double overtime goal.
It's Gordon!
Weeks after a shooting at a Rhode Island hockey rink, the player who lost some of his family, a hero on the ice.
And we're counting down to Hollywood's golden night.
You seem chill.
Yes, because I can't admit the truth to myself.
Lara sitting down with Oscar host Conan O'Brien.
I think America demands to see Conan's body in motion. I just have to tune in.
Okay.
Plus, a sneak peek at one of the big music numbers of the night and how Taylor Swift helped inspire it. As Conan says,
Good morning, America.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Thursday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Just 3 days into the Oscars, and Lara is ready. She's live in Los Angeles this morning. She's counting us down after sitting down with host Conan O'Brien. We'll see how he's preparing for the big show.
He always brings it. We cannot wait for that. And also ahead, Ginger standing by, tracking this severe weather, including the major winter storms now ahead.
First, the latest on the war with Iran. Iran attacked vessels near Iraq and the Strait of Hormuz, warning that $200 a barrel oil is coming, as it also hit a major oil facility in the region. The developments rattled global energy markets. President Trump announced that he'll tap into America's strategic petroleum reserve, with gas prices here at home continuing to rise. We have team coverage this morning. We start with Chief Foreign Correspondent Ian Pannell in Tel Aviv. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, George. As the US and Israel step up their strikes against Iran, the regime there retaliating, warning that, quote, any vessel whose cargo or oil shipment is destined for the US, the Zionist regime, as they call it, or hostile partners, is going to be considered a legitimate target, telling the world to prepare for, quote, oil to reach $200 a barrel.
Overnight, amid the ongoing war against Iran, the global price of oil skyrocketing, topping $100 a barrel, despite President Trump's promises of relief. Iran attacking the flow of Mideast oil, at least 6 ships targeted in the last 24 hours. Overnight, 2 tankers attacked off southern Iraq. Dramatic video circulating online showing one of them on fire, at least 1 crew member killed. Come! This morning, the IRGC claiming to strike the Safe Sea Vishnu, seen here in video circulating online. Nearby boats racing to the scene, dousing the carrier with water, throwing life preservers to those in the water, and in Oman. This online video showing massive explosions as Iranian drones struck its largest oil facility. Iran saying it carried out 2 of the strikes, saying the ship's captains ignored their warnings not to pass through. Despite the new attacks, and with 20% of the world's oil at an effective standstill, President Trump still sounding optimistic.
We're going to look very strongly at the Straits. The Straits are in great shape. We've knocked out all of their boats. They have some missiles, but not very many. I think we're in very good shape.
The administration announcing a historic release of 172 million barrels of oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserves next week as part of the larger 400 million barrels the International Energy Agency agreed to release. And this morning, Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei speaking out for the first time, apparently, since he was elected supreme leader. A statement read on Iranian state TV.
بر محل جلوس دو پیشوای عظیم الشأن انقلاب خمینی کبیر.
A statement was read on Iranian state TV from the son of the late Ayatollah, who was killed in the first wave of attacks, saying the leverage of closing the Strait of Hormuz should be used and attacks on neighbouring countries should continue. Concerns over Khamenei's health growing after an Iranian official confirmed he was injured during a strike by the US or Israel at the start of the war. This all comes as the US and Israel press their offensive against Iran. New satellite images showing the extent of the damage to military bases. US Central Command reporting 5,500 targets have been hit so far. But questions linger about that deadly strike on a girls' school in southern Iran on the first day of the war. The New York Times now reporting that a preliminary investigation has determined the US military was responsible for that attack, the result of a targeting mistake and the use of outdated data, as the US struck a military base nearby that the school building used to be part of. 168 people were killed, mostly children. Iranian state TV airing this video, appearing to show a US-made Tomahawk missile slamming into a building next to the school. The president Wednesday saying he knows nothing about these reported preliminary findings.
A new report says the military investigation has found it was the United States that struck the school.
I don't know about it.
The White House saying in a statement that this investigation is ongoing. There are no conclusions at this time.
Well, after this statement from the new supreme leader, Iran's strategy seems pretty clear, threefold. Firstly, the regime has to stay standing to be able to claim some kind of victory. Secondly, put pressure on President Trump by repeatedly attacking Gulf allies. And last but not least, target oil and drive up prices for consumers, hoping that that's going to create some kind of domestic pressure on President Trump to end the war. Michael.
All right, Ian, thank you so much for that. As we said, the president says he will tap into the nation's oil reserves in an attempt to calm volatile oil and gas prices. But that does not appear to be helping much this morning. Chief Economics Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis is at a gas station in Chicago with the latest. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning, Michael. And it is sticker shock here at the pump. We've now seen 12 straight days of price increases. Overnight, the price per gallon up another 2 cents. The nationwide average now $3.61. That is up 67 cents per gallon since the war began. And oil prices are higher now, too, despite that announcement from the president that he's tapping our Strategic Petroleum Reserve, plus the International Energy Agency saying it will release those 400 million barrels of oil. That is the biggest release of oil in more than 50 years. What is especially rattling these markets are those reports of attacks on tankers in the Persian Gulf that Ian just spoke about. If the Strait of Hormuz stays effectively shut, analysts predict that we will see prices here rise, and that ripples through the economy because, of course, as people pay more for their gas here at pumps, they cut back in other areas, and as businesses spend more on gas, they end up making prices higher in other areas for customers too, Michael.
Yeah, we definitely are starting to see that. Where else could we see these effects on the economy, Rebecca?
Yeah, Michael, the Strait of Hormuz is a vital passage, not just because of oil, but other things like chemicals and fertilizer. And I'm hearing from farmers who are in the midst of their spring planting season who say they're seeing fertilizer costs go up. As a result of that, their prices going higher means you pay more for food at the grocery store. Michael?
All right, Rebecca, thank you so much.
And Mary, you've been covering the president's mixed messages on the war that continued yesterday.
Yeah, it certainly did. Look, the president is well aware that the economy is still top of mind for voters, that these rising gas prices pose a real political problem for him. And yesterday he was out, he hit the road, and he tried to paint a rosier picture, downplaying those concerns about rising costs. But he is still sending those mixed messages about how long this war is going to last.
This morning, as the war with Iran sends gas prices skyrocketing, President Trump trying to assure Americans that pain at the pump will be short-lived. Speaking to supporters in Kentucky, Trump declaring victory.
We've won. Let me say, we've won. You know, you never like to say too early you won. We won. We won the bet. In the first hour, it was over. But we won.
But just minutes later,
we don't want to leave early, do we? We got to finish the job, right?
for the first time since starting this war, the president hitting the road to tout his economic agenda ahead of the midterms. Aware Americans remain focused on rising costs at home and gas prices at the pump, Trump repeatedly calling the conflict in the Middle East, which has killed 7 American soldiers and wounded some 140 others, both a war and a little excursion. A reporter then asking, so which is it?
Well, it's both. It's both. It's an excursion that will keep us out of a war.
But any military success the U.S. is having isn't translating into public support here at home. An Ipsos poll out this week shows only 29% of Americans approve of the strikes on Iran.
Now, overnight, the president told reporters the U.S. has to win this war and quickly. He said it's just a question now of when this war will end, but he still hasn't outlined exactly what that's going to take. And meanwhile, this morning, we are learning more about the cost of this operation. Pentagon officials telling senators that so far this operation has cost at least $11 billion just in the first week. And of course, that cost is certain to grow.
Continue, no question about that. We're going to have the latest now on fears here at home. The FBI warning California officials that Iran aspires to retaliate by launching drone attacks against the West Coast. Chief Investigative Correspondent Eric Tursky here with that. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning to you, George. We know Iran has been using drones to strike targets in the Mideast. A new alert says Iran aspires to bring that same technology to the West Coast of the United States. Although the war has taken such a toll at this point, it's not clear Iran could actually do it.
This morning, a warning about how Iran might want to retaliate against the United States. The FBI recently alerted California police departments Iran aspires to conduct a surprise attack against unspecified targets in California using drones. The alert, reviewed by ABC News, says the drones would come from an unidentified vessel off the coast of the United States homeland.
This is extremely alarming. We know that Iran's approach to combating the United States and Israel is through asymmetric warfare. They cannot take us on militarily.
The alert is cautionary. There is no information about Iran's aspirational timing or targets. The FBI declined to comment. Overnight, President Trump responded to the report.
It's being investigated, but you have a lot of things happening.
Earlier, he said he's unconcerned about an Iranian strike on the United States.
Are you concerned, sir, about a domestic terrorist attack by Iran here, sir? No.
California Governor Gavin Newsom said he was aware of the alert about Iran's desires, and his administration is working to protect California communities.
Drone issues have been always top of mind.
Now, law enforcement officials say there are no imminent threats. And after 13 days of U.S. and Israeli bombardment, law enforcement sources tell us it's unlikely Iran possesses the capability to successfully launch such an attack. Police sources in Los Angeles say security is going to be even tighter at events like the Oscars. But, Michael, for those kinds of events, security is always tight.
Yeah, but Aaron, you're learning some new details about the suspects in the attack outside the New York mayor's residence.
Yeah, the 2 teens who were charged with bringing homemade bombs to dueling protests outside the mayor's residence considered other targets. Law enforcement sources told ABC News investigators found a notebook at a storage unit in Pennsylvania in which the teens wrote about potential soft targets like shopping malls before they ultimately drove into Manhattan Saturday with IEDs. And the sources say they had been planning some kind of an attack for at least a week.
Well, we're glad it never went through. All right, thank you, Aaron.
All right, changing gears now to the severe weather and the winter whiplash. The Midwest struck overnight. We're seeing some damage there, and Ginger is here tracking it all. And Ginger, in the East, we've gone from 80s yesterday now to possible snow today.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Everybody put your arms up because we're on the roller coaster. We're at the top and we are coming down all day today. So we're about to see a 40 to 50 degree drop. And when you do that, you get storms. And so we had those not only in New York City with the lightning striking there, but you also had the look at what was happening from Ohio to New Jersey Jersey back to Pennsylvania. Damaging wind in excess of 164 reports. So a lot going on. Now, we do still have that powerful line, and there were even a few severe storm reports and tornado warnings happening this morning in South Georgia. But it's that northern part. As that progresses east, it goes through North Carolina and such. But Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York City, look, that's 3 p.m. this afternoon. Does everybody see this? That's a little snowflake coming through. If anything, it will be wet. It shouldn't accumulate too much, but certainly worth noting, especially coming off of this yesterday. Record highs from Raleigh at nearly 90. Washington, D.C. was 86. Philadelphia, 83. Albany, New York was 83. Even Burlington, Vermont was in the low 70s. And there, by tomorrow morning, we will be dropping the 40 to 50 degrees. It'll be sub-freezing. These are actual morning temperatures tomorrow. Now, we've got 2 storms that we're watching that are going to cruise through the northern plains, Midwest, and the Great Lakes. Big-time wind issues from the Pacific Northwest through the northern Rockies. Fire danger down in the plains. And here's that first one. It goes through Friday into Saturday, 6 to 12 inches, Duluth to Marquette. And again, the second one for parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin, going to be a big deal going into early next week, George.
Okay, Ginger, we're going to turn now to a key witness in the Epstein investigation. The convicted sex offender's longtime accountant testified before lawmakers yesterday, claiming he was not aware of the things Epstein did to women and girls. Jay O'Brien is on Capitol Hill. Good morning, Jay.
George, good morning to you. Lawmakers are zeroing in on Jeffrey Epstein's inner circle, deposing his former accountant for more than 6 hours yesterday, who told the House Oversight Committee he saw no red flags while working for Epstein.
This morning, Richard Kahn, who watched over Jeffrey Epstein's money for more than a decade, testifying behind closed doors about the convicted sex offender's complex financial web.
I think everyone in America has questions about how Epstein was able to accumulate so much wealth.
In his opening statement, Kahn telling the committee he was not aware of the terrible and unforgivable things that Epstein did to women and girls, and that he believed Epstein's claims that his arrest in the mid-2000s for sex crimes with a minor was a mistake. The House Oversight Committee pressing Kahn, still a co-executor of Epstein's estate, on how the accused sex trafficker went from math teacher to high-powered money manager for the ultra-wealthy, highlighting several wealthy individuals, most with previously known ties to Epstein, who paid him millions in fees.
Kahn was the fixer. He was the accountant. His name was on the shell companies as the owner of the shell companies. So he helped hide a lot of Jeffrey Epstein's, enterprise. And so we want to know all about it.
But as the committee's investigation keeps expanding, Chairman James Comer saying he hopes it can wrap up in the 10 months left in this Congress.
But Chairman Comer also said every time they get a new document or depose a new witness, it opens, as he puts it, another can of worms. There are 2 more interviews this committee is looking to schedule, one with Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, who was a previous associate of Epstein's, and the other with Attorney General Pam Bondi, who was subpoenaed by this Republican-led committee. Guys.
All right, Jay, thank you so much. We're going to turn now to an emotional moment on the ice. Weeks after a shooting at a Rhode Island hockey rink, our Will Reeve is here with the story. Good morning, Will.
Good morning, Michael. Hi, everyone. What a remarkable thing this is here. Colin Dorgan called this the greatest moment of his life. Take a look.
The other side of the net, but here comes BVS. A break in the other way. It's Dorgan.
What must have been going through Colin Dorgan's mind in the seconds before that moment, to say nothing of the weeks leading to that moment? Nearly a month ago, Dorgan's mother, brother, and grandfather were killed at a Blackstone Valley co-op hockey game in Rhode Island. They were targeted by a former family member. It's been a horrific time for the community and certainly for Colin Dorgan, living with so much loss. But sports can be a safe harbor, and they can provide moments like you just saw, and we're going to show you again. Blackstone Valley in the Division II state semifinals, their jerseys stitched with a heart with the initials of the victims. That's double overtime. Colin gets the puck on a breakaway, a lot of time alone with his thoughts. By hockey standards, goes 5-hole like Jack Hughes against the Canadians. Blackstone Valley into the state final. Another moment where sports don't solve our problems, but they can make things a little bit better for a little bit of time. The greatest moment of his life so soon after the worst.
What a great story.
Yeah. And the state final is next Wednesday.
Wow. Thank you, Will. Coming up, Lara's in Hollywood, counting down to the Oscars. Hey, Lara.
Hi, you guys. So the Oscars, 3 days away now. I talked with Conan O'Brien yesterday to see how he's preparing to host for this, his second year in a row, and the surprising way he's testing if those punchlines will land. We'll tell you coming up on GMA.
All right, also ahead, Google Maps is getting a major AI makeover. Becky Worley is standing by with an exclusive look at how the biggest update in 10 years works.
And new at 7:30, a remarkable takedown. The young car wash employee confronted by a man with an axe jumping into action.
It is a busy morning here. Stay with us.
We're rolling.
Well, welcome back to GMA. He's getting ready. He's really all in. Conan O'Brien's making sure everything is in place before he takes the stage to host the Oscars on Sunday night. He's helping roll out the red carpet. All right, Lara Spencer sat down with him to find out what else he's doing for Prepare.
Gotta get those jumping jacks in. Yeah.
Everything. He's all in.
We know he's going to be ready. Will's got the latest headlines.
Hello again, George. We begin at 7:30 with police in Norway saying 3 men have been arrested on suspicion of carrying out a terrorist bombing at the U.S. Embassy in Oslo this week. Prosecutors described the men as 3 brothers who are of Iraqi origin, and the attack caused minor damage, but no injuries were reported. The motive is under investigation. And if you have a Toyota Highlander or Highlander hybrid made between 2021 and 2024, take note, Toyota is recalling more than 550,000 of those vehicles because of a defect with second-row seatbacks that may fail to lock into position. So if this applies to you, you can contact your dealer who will fix it for free. And wild video here in Florida as police say an 18-year-old car wash employee took down an axe-wielding assailant who allegedly menaced them as they were closing. You can see right there the employee tackling, disarming the man, restraining him with the help of a co-worker until police ultimately would arrive. The suspect there is facing assault charges. And if you see an Italian baseball player, offer them a shot of espresso. Thanks to Italy beating Mexico 9-1 in the World Baseball Classic, the U.S. advances to the quarterfinals. Team USA was in danger of elimination after being upset by Mexico on Tuesday. But Italy and slugger Vinny Pasquantino, he plays for the Kansas City Royals. He hit 3 home runs last night. He saved the day. The U.S. plays Canada in the quarterfinals tomorrow. Phew.
Can you imagine not making it?
I know, on account of runs scored. There was a whole rubric of how many Mexico could score versus Italy and the U.S., but we're in.
It all worked out.
We got it.
Thank you, Will. Now to our road to the Oscars, just 3 days away. Lara's in Hollywood on the red carpet getting ready for the big night. Hey, Lara.
Hey, George, good morning to you from the Dolby Theater, where those Oscars will be handed out on Sunday with Conan O'Brien as host for the 2nd year in a row. And I got a chance to talk with him about why he very much wanted this job again and how he plans to keep it fresh, funny, and unexpected. You seem chill.
Yes, because I can't admit the truth to myself. I'm a stranger to myself. I'm chill because we've been working really hard. We have a lot of fun ideas. It doesn't mean a million things won't go wrong or sideways between now and the actual show, but that can be a challenge too. So this is always a running battle up until the moment the Oscars begins, and then things can still change.
So it is true, you are going to local comedy clubs and working out the material for the monologue.
You work out the material. The crowds really like it because I'm a surprise, so they don't know that I'm going to show up. And some of these are very far-flung comedy clubs that are also a bowling alley, that are also a car rental place.
Yeah, so you have a good chance of getting a laugh.
You have a decent chance of getting or punched, but either way, it's entertainment.
So, first Oscars under your belt. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your first Oscars?
Now, for no good reason, Sandworm from Dune 2 playing chopsticks on the piano.
How about just for...
I'd say a 15.
There we go.
I am very modest. Well, one of the first things I said when I came out last year was I noticed Timothée Chalamet was wearing like a bright, very bright, like neon-colored outfit.
Love that suit. You will not get hit on your bike tonight.
And everyone laughed. I remember that moment thinking, okay, that's all this is. All this is finding those little moments and stringing them together.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thought.
And praying Timothée Chalamet wears something really brightly colored.
Come on.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this year. Are you allowed to share any of your favorite films?
Well, here's the thing about this year that's really spectacular. If I was not hosting the Oscars, if I was just disconnected in every way, but I'm Conan, so I like films, I'd be excited for this year because I think the movies are spectacular, really, and they're all quite different. Sinners is amazing, and One Battle After Another, and Marty Supreme. Those are incredible films, and Begonia, and I mean, I could go on and on.
I'm trying to envision a musical number incorporating Sinners, Begonia, One Battle After Another.
When you come up with it, could you give it to me? Because I'm still working on that. Can't get them all to link up.
Yeah, it's a tricky one.
Not a lot of things rhyme with Begonia.
No,
That's
as
the
it
big
turns
problem.
out.
Yeah. And Hamnet. It just, they don't rhyme.
Would you do a 20-second or less sell to the TikTok generation about why they need to tune in to the Oscars this year?
Hey, TikTok kids. You got to tune into the Oscars this year. It's me, Conan O'Brien. I know you think I'm some old idiot who doesn't get it, but I'm hip. That's a word they're using now. I think. And you should check it out. All of your favorite stars will be there. And guess what? Vampire...
K-pop Demon Hunters.
There you go. I had a little senior moment there. That's not going to convince
That's
the
not helping
TikTok
matters.
gang.
Will we see you perform dancing or singing?
I think America demands to see Conan's body in motion. I just have to tune in.
Okay.
I can't tell you anything.
All right, this was really a fun conversation. And he went on to tell me that he does plan to hit one or maybe even two more unnamed comedy clubs tonight or tomorrow night, one last time to try out material for the monologue. He says he will be changing it right up, guys, until that very last minute. He wants to nail it so badly.
And we know he will.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lara. You can watch the Oscars Sunday night starting at 7 Eastern right here on ABC. It also streams on Hulu.
Now, with a GMA exclusive, Google Maps is announcing its biggest update in 10 years with a major AI makeover. Becky Worley got a tour of the new features with the head of Google Maps. Good morning again, Becky.
Good morning. Yeah, remember when we used to use these to get from our starting point to our destination? Well, things have changed a lot. And now, today, Google adding AI into mapping, and that is going to make a huge difference with something they call conversational navigation.
This morning, AI comes to Maps.
At the light, take a sharp left onto 15th Street.
Ask Maps is an AI enhancement to Google Maps that lets you ask complex questions that a map couldn't answer before. Like, find a public tennis court with lights for playing at night, or find me a hair salon nearby that's good for curly hair. It's sourcing info from millions of websites and reviews, and the answers include photos and ratings. Google's Miriam Daniel says the power of Maps plus AI is different from anything else out there.
It is personalized to you. So based on your activity in Maps, the prior searches you may have done, Maps is what you use when you want to go out in the physical world, so you can turn those plans into actions instantly.
And it's really helpful when you're hungry.
What are some iconic SF eateries nearby that offer outdoor seating and have good vegetarian options too? And here you go.
I see it. Tony's. Okay, it looks like a pretty long line. So, do you think they have a to-go option?
Let's check. Does Tony's have pizza by the slice, and can we have it to go? So it's now just looking at all of the sources, and there you go.
2 slices, California veggie, please. Here we go.
We got the pizza. And there's an update to driving directions, too.
It's the biggest transformation to Google Maps' navigation experience in over a decade.
Google even making some of the buildings on the map transparent.
So see-through buildings help you look around the corner and prepare for your next 2 turns.
I see. That makes sense.
Here we are, making navigation a little bit easier. Now, these features will be rolling out in Google Maps today, and you'll see some of those AI aspects, the Ask Gemini button, coming to navigation in your car with CarPlay very soon. But it's really going to change the way that we interact with Maps when we're on the go, guys.
Well, Becky, did you ask Google how to ship us some of that pizza?
We'll see. We'll see if we can get that in the next iteration of AI. That would be quite something.
Now with our play of the day and the road to the Oscars, let's get back out to Lara for a sneak peek. Hey, Lara.
Yeah, so good morning again, guys. Rehearsals are in full swing for the two big performances on Oscar night, one to celebrate Sinners and the other for K-pop Demon Hunters. And the award-winning choreographer Mandy Moore is returning to the Oscars for the 6th time to produce these epic spectacles. And she's giving us the first look at preparations for the highly anticipated K-pop performance. The beloved choreographer says the dancers will be wearing costumes inspired by the film's animation. And those 48 gold flags will be used to add drama and movement to the dance. Moore, known, of course, for her work choreographing Taylor Swift's Eras Tour, well, she revealed to us how her time with Taylor actually influenced the K-pop performance. Take a look.
You know what's kind of funny? This year, I feel like I'm almost drawing from stuff I did with Taylor in the stadium tour, because K-pop in its DNA is also very stadium-like, right? These are pop stars. We have this lighting effect called PixMob, and they do it a lot in stadium performances. And it's basically like those wristbands that light up, and you can program them to do all these different things within the audience. And I don't think we've ever had them on the Oscars, so I'm actually really excited.
Yeah, so cool. She is hoping, though, that the front row, listen up, front row A-listers, she really, really wants you to play along, guys.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Lara. We'll be right back. Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Breaking news. Ships ablaze near the Strait of Hormuz. Iran launches new attacks overnight. The global price of oil skyrockets, topping $100 a barrel. And for the 12th day in a row, gas prices are higher. Plus the ripple effects on the economy here at home.
3 days until Hollywood's biggest night.
You are shining, herald of Michael B. Jordan!
Chris Connolly breaks down the race for the biggest awards and who are now the frontrunners for Oscar Gold.
And get ready for a sweet morning on this National Girl Scout Day with our great Girl Scout Takeover, celebrating cookies and sisterhood with some inspiring young women. As they say, live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Thursday. Good morning, America.
Inspiring and enterprising young women selling those Girl Scout cookies. Good morning, America. Hope you all are doing well this morning.
I love a good Thin Mint in the morning, you know. And we are counting down the road to Oscars, and Lara is out in Hollywood this morning. Good morning again, Lara.
Hey, good morning, Mary. I am at the Dolby Theater here in LA, where more than 3,000 people will walk this red carpet on Sunday before the Oscars starts. The carpet itself, 25,000 square feet, 900 feet long, 60 feet wide. They started setting it up 3 weeks ago, and we're almost there. We will have more coming up on this year's Oscars race and just how unpredictable it has become. That's coming up, guys.
It's going to be exciting. All right. Also ahead, Lori Bergamotto is here to show us a packing hack just in time for spring break. It's called Sudoku packing, and it will help take the stress out of your next trip. I need that.
First look at the top stories breaking today. We start with the latest on the war with Iran and the attacks on oil tankers. Iran is warning that $200 a barrel oil is coming as it also hit a major oil facility in the region. Developments rattled global energy markets. I want to go back to Chief Foreign Correspondent Ian Pannell in Tel Aviv. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, George. As the US and Israel step up their strikes against Iran, the regime warning it's going to target any ship destined for the US, Israel, or their allies, telling the world, as you say, to prepare for oil to reach $200 a barrel. True to his word, Iran repeatedly attacking the flow of Middle East oil, at least 6 ships targeted in the last 24 hours. Overnight, 2 oil tankers hit off southern Iraq. Video circulating online showing one of them ablaze. And in Oman, this online video showing massive explosions as Iranian drones struck its largest oil facility. And elsewhere, the Interior Minister of Bahrain saying Iran is targeting fuel tanks there after several refineries were hit in recent days. Despite the new attacks and with 20% of the world's oil at an effective standstill, President Trump still sounding optimistic, claiming the vital Strait of Hormuz is in, quotes, great shape. The administration now announcing a historic release of 172 million barrels of oil from the strategic petroleum reserves next week as part of the larger 400 million barrels the International Energy Agency agreed to release. With the US and Israel pressing their strikes against Iran, you now have Iranian proxy Hezbollah stepping up its attacks from Lebanon, launching over 200 rockets at Israel, as the IDF expands its war on this second front, launching another wave of strikes on Beirut, more than 600 killed across Lebanon just in a matter of days, with hundreds of thousands forced to flee their homes as the humanitarian crisis there grows. Michael?
It definitely is the crisis, Ian. Thank you for that. And let's bring back our chief economics correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, as gas prices here at home continue to rise. Good morning again, Rebecca.
Good morning. Nice to see you again, Michael. And here in Chicago, it's rush hour. The cars are streaming into the gas station, but it is sticker shock with 12 straight days now of rising gas prices. The national average this morning, $3.61. And it's not just the fact that prices have been going up for so long, it's how quickly they've gone up in just a handful of days. 67 cents higher in just about 2 weeks. And that is with these attacks that that Ian just mentioned on tankers in Iran, trying to get through the Strait of Hormuz, that critical passageway for oil, as well as fertilizer and a number of other items. With those things cut off, you see prices globally rising on the global markets, and that has a ripple effect here at home for U.S. consumers, where you see people obviously getting stretched in their pocketbooks for gas prices, but you also see businesses paying higher costs, and that can translate into higher costs for everything from your clothes to your food to your travel. Mary?
All right, Rebecca, thank you. And speaking of food prices, we turn now to the latest salvo in the fast food wars. McDonald's is set to try to lure back customers with new value meals. Rhiannon Alley is here with the details. Rhiannon, good morning.
Good morning to you guys. Yeah, the battle of the fast food giants is heating up this morning after customers cried their prices are just too hard to digest. Starting in April, McDonald's is planning to roll out cheaper value options. The strategy, first revealed in the Wall Street Journal, includes popular menu items for as low as $3 or even less, like the 4-piece chicken McNuggets and the new $4 breakfast combo, including a McMuffin, a hash brown, and a coffee. Just a year ago, it added dollar options that were well received. Customers loved this, with more sales among lower income groups. McDonald's has shelled out millions advertising its cheaper options, trying to recapture customers once chased away with the post-pandemic inflation surge in so-called value meals. But diners are hungry for deals pretty much everywhere. Applebee's says a third of its business come from its bargain options. Domino's launched a $9.99 any style, any topping pizza deal, and it's gobbling up its business from competitors. And Panera, which really hasn't historically offered it any deals, says it's offering a $4.99 mix and match promotion last month. By the way, I looked it up because I was a McDonald's kid. I was an 80s kid.
Yep.
A Happy Meal in the 80s at $1.10. Now it's between $4 and $8, depending on where you live.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Big change.
Yeah.
You said $4 and $8?
Yeah, but between $4 and $8, depending on where you're at. We're like closer to 8 here in
That
New York
doesn't
City.
make me happy. It's supposed to be a happy meal, not a whoa meal.
Coming up in our GMA morning menu, who will be this year's big winners at the Oscars? Chris Connolly's going to tell us about the shift in the front runners.
And also ahead, Lola Tongue, Lily Reinhart, Victoria Pedretti, and Alexandra Shipp are here, all to talk about their new horror film, Forbidden Fruits.
Plus, from skincare to jewelry, Tori Johnson has Oscar-worthy deals and steals with up to 80% off. And it's the great Girl Scout takeover here at GMA. Lori B is with some of the younger scouts, daisies and brownies, selling cookies right now. Hey, Lori.
Hey, Michael, not only are they selling them, I want to buy some because they are doing big business here in the studio. You can see our GMA colleagues are buying some, and you guys at home, you can use the QR code on your screen to support your local troop. We have got so much more with these awesome Girl Scouts. It is all coming up right here on GMA.
That's what it looks like here in New York this morning. We're going to go back to Hollywood. Lara is there. Everyone getting ready for the Oscars. Hey, Lara.
Hey, George, good morning. So our cover story this morning is the Oscars race and what seems to be an ever-changing lineup of frontrunners this year. Chris Connolly is here now with me. And Chris, what is going on with these Oscar predictions?
Lara, good morning. What isn't going on? With days to go before Oscar night, nobody seems certain who's going to win, and that's unusual. Now, The Academy Awards are not a national election. There are no early returns, no bellwether precincts, no exit poll breakdown of voter demographics. But even so, it does feel like there's been a vibe shift. And to understand why, we got to go back a little bit. After the Oscar nominations on January 22nd, each Oscar acting category had a favorite, and one battle after another seemed on course to win Best Picture. Then at the BAFTAs in London 1 month later, a horrifying incident. A vile racial slur was heard inside the hall and later on the BBC broadcast, just as Sinners stars Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo took the stage. The slur had been uttered involuntarily by the subject of one of the night's nominated films, John Davidson, who was afflicted with Tourette syndrome and cannot control what comes out of his mouth.
You may have heard some strong and offensive language tonight. We apologize if you were offended.
The coming apology itself was also a subject of great controversy. John Davidson later putting out a statement on Facebook which read in part, "Whilst I will never apologize for having Tourette syndrome, I will apologize for any pain, upset, and misunderstanding that it may create." Did that night somehow set off a vibe shift that led to the Actors Awards March 1st during the Oscar voting period? And this all-time moment of award show emotion from the great Viola Davis as she opened the leading actor envelope.
You are shining herald of Michael B. Jordan.
Davis's words, taken from the last line of the August Wilson play, Joe Turner's Come and Gone. Harold Loomis, you shining like new money. Jordan embracing his mother, visibly moved. Was that the sight and sound of the Oscar race changing? With victories in supporting actor for Sean Penn of One Battle.
You know what? They are doing just fine, but they need to stay home.
For Weapons, Amy Madigan in supporting actress. And for Sinners in Best Motion Picture Cast, a new set of Academy Award favorites may now have emerged. And is Oscar's Best Picture and Best Director now a toss-up? All that taking place before the recent Shalom Hey Now of Timothy C's comments to Matthew McConaughey about the current viability of opera and ballet in American culture.
I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore.
Leading to opera companies like Seattle's offering ticket discounts via the promo code Timothy. He is great in the movie. And you might have missed this. I almost hope you did. Best Actress favorite Jessie Buckley, so terrific in Hamnet, talking on a podcast about how she got her future husband to get rid of his overly possessive cats. His cats. Oh. I mean, sometimes you almost think, does anyone actually want to win an Oscar this year?
It's going to be quite a year. And if it happens, it wouldn't be the first time that a frontrunner ends up going home empty-handed. There have been quite a few examples of that happening over the years.
Yeah, do you remember when Glenn Close lost and Olivia Colman won?
Yep.
Oh, I mean, Olivia Colman was such a gracious winner, but boy, that really kind of stung to everybody in the theater.
The bottom line is, we don't know nothing. It's all going to go down on Sunday. Michael?
What I do know, Lara, is your jacket is fantastic. Love it. You're looking good.
Thank you.
All right. You know what? We are heading into spring break season, which means it's time to get away. One of the worst parts of traveling is packing. So our lifestyle contributor, Lori Bergamotto, is coming to the rescue for us with a hack to simplify it all. Good morning, Lori. No pressure.
Well, good morning. I don't feel the pressure because that's how good this is. Packing can be a nightmare. Did I pack too much? Too little? Why is my bag so heavy? All that stress as you try to get ready to go, but we found the perfect packing hack that you'll want to use from now on.
This is the best piece of packing advice that you will ever receive.
It's the viral trick that promises to keep your luggage light.
Okay, let's play packing Sudoku.
The technique being called the Sudoku packing method.
Obviously, one outfit for each column and one outfit for each row. But this is where it gets really interesting and really fun because bottoms, top, outerwear, bottoms, top, outerwear, bottoms, top, outerwear.
It works just like the popular number puzzle, a 3x3 grid system for 9 core items, 3 tops, 3 bottoms, and 3 layers. That creates 27 outfit combinations, perfect for carry-on travel.
Every top, Goes with every bottom and every layer.
Travel creator Natalie Shakur, who lives in Boston, is behind the viral packing post. Her original video surpassing 4.5 million views.
I think people were waiting for something like this. Women have too many choices to make through the day, through the week, and they do not need to be making choices when they're on vacation. And I think as soon as you see the simplicity of this, it just resonated.
And many travelers say this suitcase scenario works.
There's just so many different options, varying degrees of weather and niceness.
You can mix and match your outfits by taking the rows and the columns and also one diagonal way.
But is it a fit for every getaway?
If you're going hiking or something like that, or if you're somebody that just wants to be completely flamboyant, obviously these are 9 pieces of clothing and you can have pattern and color, but you can't have 9 completely disparate pieces of clothing in it. So I think if you're somebody that wants that sort of thing when you're traveling, this won't be for you, but I would say for the majority of men and women, this can really work well.
It's 27 potential outfits from just those 9 pieces. That's good fashion math. That all fits in a carry-on. And we have to give credit where it's due. Our colleague Alberto actually brought this to our attention. He always looks so good, and he nailed it on the first go. I have to be honest, I tried it for myself, and I failed the first time. Michael, my style, I contain multitudes. My style can't be contained. But as a mom, I also pack for 60% of the household. I know you feel me, moms. And I tried it for the kids. It is a game changer. It was brilliant. So for men, women, anyone who's ever had to sit on their suitcase to try to zip it, I know you have, this is genius.
So you got it right for your kids, but you fell for yourself because you're too flamboyant.
I'm a work in progress.
All right, let's go through it once more. We have the Sudoku grid set up here, just like being on your bed, right?
Right, exactly.
All right, so let's pack. How do we do this?
Okay, so you want to pick 3 tops, 3 bottoms, and 3 layers to mix and match. The key here is you want to go for basics and styling while keeping what you're doing, your plans, in mind. So let's look at the top row here. We're going to think about your getaway. So we're going to do the white t-shirt, the jeans, and the crop trench. That is one look. So you see it goes over there. Now we've got the full outfit. So that's great, it's easy, it's comfortable. But let's say the next day, you want something, maybe you're going to a museum, right? So let's go to the next row. We're gonna do our cardigan, a button down, and a pair of black pants. That's outfit number 2. But now, this is when it starts to get a little bit of fun. Now you're gonna reuse an item. This is how you get those 27 potential items. And you're gonna do a white t-shirt, you're gonna do the gray cardigan, and then you're gonna do the black pair of shorts. And that way, if the weather's a little bit warmer or something like that, you have an outer layering piece. And it's really all about layering. It's about
So it's like the game. It really is. Sudoku. It's like each thing works together.
Exactly. So you can go diagonally, you can go across, and then you can start just making little turns and mixing and matching. It's all about the versatility of those pieces. Now, one thing I do want to say, if you're going to a special event, a wedding or a black tie, this might be a little challenging, but in general, it's a really incredible organizing tool. I do want to say, don't forget to style. You don't have to wear it exactly as it's laid out on the grid, right? We've got style. You can like jauntily tie on the cardigan or wear the button down like a jacket, because at the end of the day, styling is the only thing that separates us from the bots, right? Our ability to accessorize.
That is true.
So this is great. It takes the stress out of packing, and you save a lot of room in your suitcase that you can then use for souvenirs.
Well, I'm going to try this. I got to take a trip. I'm going to try this. And you're right about the wedding. I don't want to show up with black shorts on at a wedding. I might get a white t-shirt. That might be a little
you
out of
can pull it off if anyone could.
All right, but I love this. I'm going to let you know how I do.
And we continue on our road to the Oscars with deals and steals. Tori Johnson, of course, is here with the deals that deserve their own standing ovation.
I like that. So get ready for your everyday close-up. This is about like truly feeling just red carpet ready every single day. One of our favorites, Elemis. We've got obviously a big assortment. Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. First step, takes everything off but leaves your skin feeling so fabulous. Then we've got Dynamic Resurfacing Peel Pads right here. These are great for texture. And what's also great is that they're pre-moistened. So you're not going to use too much or too little. It's like the thinking's done for you. And then Pro Collagen Marine Cream with SPF. Super easy. It's their anti-wrinkle moisturizer for hydration, firmness, and also sun protection. All built in one. If you don't like a fussy routine, that's That's fabulous. Today, the whole assortment, 50% off plus free shipping
We
from
always
Elemis.
love that. And
We
everyone
do.
wants that dewy celebrity glow.
Yes, exactly. Okay, number 7. We love this skincare from the UK. Always a fan favorite here. The Future Renew collection. This one right up here. It has a world-first peptide technology that helps the skin to have its own natural repair. So when you think about things that sort of are the visible signs of skin damage, like dryness, lack of firmness, sunspots,
all those good things.
Exactly. That's what this is designed to help reverse. We've got one of their newest products, which is their Defense Shield Moisturizer with SPF built in. So again, if you like a simplified routine. And then I love a little night product. Anything that's kind of like a worker bee overnight when you don't have to think about it. And so Future Renew for their night serum is phenomenal. Everything from number 7 is 50% off plus free shipping on this line as well.
Nice, and their products smell so good.
They are. They're really nice.
fresh.
Okay, moving over to Pearly Whites, which everybody loves. This is Live Fresh. This was started by a son who wanted to help his father with a lot of things that people can relate to. So, plaque, tartar, bleeding gums, bad breath, even dad's admitted to. And so he and a friend started this line, Live Fresh. These toothpaste tubes, they've sold more than 13 million tubes of toothpaste, 13,000 positive reviews. And what they promise is a professional level clean with every brushing. It's a phenomenal toothpaste. The wintergreen is what people love, but we also have whitening strips. We also have their mouthwash, everything from Live Fresh slashed in half today.
These whitening strips are always so good, and you can take these ones on the go, right?
Exactly. Iris and Romeo making their Deals debut, started by a woman when she turned 50 and felt ignored and forgotten by the beauty industry. That right there is Best Skin Days. It's a tinted moisturizer with SPF. So for the women who don't want to wear any kind of foundation, but you need a little bit of coverage, that's your product right there.
The texture is great.
Really nice.
Really creamy.
And then we have their treatment concealers, which it's a combination, it's like a hybrid skincare and makeup in one. So this is designed specifically for women over 40. The products are fabulous. You get a treatment while you get some coverage, and it's all slashed in half.
Perfect.
Really nice.
All right,
really
and
nice.
we know nothing can make or break that celebrity outfit
What's
like
underneath?
the wrong or right underwear.
So this is Under Outfit. Big assortment of best-selling bra right here. No wire, no poking, no digging. We also
always love
have their shorts, their soothing camis. Everything from Under Outfit feels good, fits better, and is 50% off.
Great stretch.
And then, Mary, we cannot forget some bling.
Bring on the bling.
Exactly. From Daniela Suede, we've got a big assortment. I don't know how much you guys can see on TV, but when you go online, there is a lot of sparkle here, a lot of bling for your buck, if you will. We've got initial necklaces. A lot of these are reversible, can be worn two ways. We've got sparkly tennis necklaces, rings, the stud earrings. These are great for travel as well as every day because the prices, Mary, are phenomenal. The entire assortment, $15 to $29.
We love a good bauble. You always help us shine, Tori. Thank you so much. And we've partnered with all of these companies on these great products. Check them out at gmadeals.com. And coming up, it's the Great Girl Scout Takeover. You can use the QR code to buy cookies from a local troop in your area. Sweet treats coming up.
The girls are excited.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
Welcome back to GMA as we celebrate National Girl Scout Day with our great Girl Scout takeover here in our studio. Yes! You know, these girls, they mean business when it comes to selling cookies, which helps support educational experiences all year long. And of course, I'm here. I'm joined by these great Girl Scouts. And I have to ask you, Navy, how are you today, by the way?
Good.
Doing all right? Hey, how's the cookie selling business going for you this morning?
Awesome.
Awesome. You know, I see Tamron Hall here. She had the whole lineup of cookies. She rated the desk for you. So that's got to make you feel good. It's going awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. And Elle, which cookie is your favorite?
Thin Mints.
Thin Mints. Ooh, give me 5 on that one. All right. Nova, how about you? You like them all? All right, me too. Give me that. All right, we like them all. We like every cookie. There's never a bad cookie. You know, most troops around the country are selling cookies right now, so you can use that QR code to find a local troop that you can support. And while these girls are just starting out, as they progress through the Girl Scouts, they often grow into formidable community leaders, even standing up for equality on the global stage.
For 114 years, the Girl Scouts of the USA have given girls and young women a voice. From kindergarten through high school.
It's taught me some really valuable life skills, not just how to start a fire, but also how to network, how to do an elevator pitch, and just really prepared me for a future career.
The Girl Scouts helping build confidence and inspiring girls to make a change in the world.
Being a Girl Scout to everyone else means selling cookies. But to me, it means leadership and providing young girls a voice to actually express themselves.
And over the last 20 years, more than 300 Girl Scouts have had the chance to express themselves at the United Nations.
I hope young girls see that we're at the United Nations and they're like, oh, I want to be a Girl Scout. I want to go to the United Nations too.
This week, 20 young Girl Scouts are in New York serving as delegates for the Commission on the Status of Women.
We're still showing courage, still leading, still dreaming, still fighting.
It's been very inspiring talking to other women about the same common issues that I'm passionate about.
And while the cookies are sweet, what the 20 Girl Scouts are learning this week is just as sweet.
I firmly believe that young people have the capacity to make change. Everyone who is here, they are treated like they deserve to be here. They are given an equal voice. And that is why I wanted to be here, because I get to create real change and make the world a better place.
All right, you know what? That's awesome. And it really is. I want to thank you all for being here. I thank you all for joining us this morning. And Girl Scouts, they participated in the UN Commission on the Status of Women for decades. And Isabella, my daughter's name, I love that already. What does it mean to have your voice heard by the global leaders out there when you speak at the UN?
So it means that we are here providing a voice for everybody who doesn't have one. For every girl that you see on this stage today, there are countless others who are denied a voice due to so many types of barriers. So we are here providing a voice for them, and we are also showing them that their own voice matters. They can and they should be involved in all levels of the decision-making process in these decisions that affect them.
Oh, I love it. Great answer. And I agree with all that. And what have the Girl Scouts taught you about going after your dreams?
Girl Scouts has taught me that I can do anything I set my mind to. Through programs I've done through Girl Scouts, it's shown me that even as a young girl, I can inspire others.
And you know, we're all inspired. We really are. So, you know, we got a little souvenir for you. So come on, Woody's gonna bring out these patches. We got the GMA, we got our GMA fun patch for you to add to your collection. I'm gonna pass them here and just take one. Oh, you gotta take the whole thing and pass it down. I got some work to do over here. We're not done yet. And, you know, but really, it is something to have you all here this morning. And, you know, we're always honored to have the Girl Scouts here at GMA. I love what you represent. You all are great examples for all the young kids growing up out there, all the young ladies. And I love you more also because you bring all these great cookies. And we're so excited about that. And I want to thank you all for joining us. And you at home, you can scan the QR code on your screen to find out how to get cookies from a Girl Scout troop that is near you.
Even though the temperatures are dropping, we're looking ahead to summer and all of the excitement it brings. Will Gans is in Times Square with some great news from Disney World. Good morning, Will.
Hey, good morning, Ginger. I'm going to be so honest with you. No one is readier for summer than we are this morning. We've got rain, we've got wind, but our friends at Disney World have brought the summer energy in a big, sweet way. Check out the Mickey ice cream behind me. Here in Times Square this morning, we are kicking off their Cool Kids Summer campaign, and we've got sunglasses and Mickey ice cream to get everyone in the summertime spirit. Y'all, how excited are we?
Readier than ever for those sunglasses, Will. Those are good. So we know Disney that always has something new in the works. What are some of the big openings and experiences that guests can look forward to?
Okay, I'm so glad you asked. The Cool Kids Summer campaign at Walt Disney World in Orlando is kicking off May 26th, and it is returning all the way through September 8th. There will be fun of all kinds for kids, including some big openings. So first, come in, Star Command. We are going to infinity and beyond with Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin at Magic Kingdom. That opens April 8th, all right? Plus, Bluey and Bingo are on their way to Disney's Animal Kingdom. You can play and dance with them at Bluey's Wild World at Conservation Station. You can even grab a photo with them as well. Then get ready for some magical entertainment with Disney Junior Mickey Mouse Clubhouse live at Disney's Hollywood Studios. That's perfect for young Disney fans and the young at heart. And then soaring like you've never experienced it before in honor of America's 250th birthday with Soaring Across America at Epcot. You have the chance to experience stunning sights from across the country, including breathtaking aerial views over the Grand Canyon. All 3 of those open on May 26th as well.
The most classic ride. I never miss Soarin'. Thank you. So a Disney vacation will, by the way, always magical, but families also looking for ways to save, of course. So are there any special deals right now?
Well, I'm glad you asked. If you're hungry for a Disney vacation, you can get free dining plans for the whole family on most dates this summer with the purchase of a full price 4-night, 4-day Walt Disney Travel Company package that includes a room at select Disney Resort hotels and tickets with a park hopper option. You need to book this by the end of April though. Another deal, you can relax with a 4-day, 4-park magic ticket that gets you into 1 park per day starting at just $109 per person per day plus tax.
We love the deals, and there's nothing like this. What about staying on property? Are there any discounts on Disney Resort hotels this summer?
Oh yeah, we got to shout out some sweet summertime savings on hotels. You can save up to 30% on rooms at select Disney Resorts Collection hotels most nights this summer. When you stay 5 nights or more, you can get more info at the Disney World website. The address is on your screen right there. Just like everybody here, I'm a huge Disney fan, but I am not as big of a Disney fan as some of these folks. Check out the gloves, check out the glasses. You can get back to Walt Disney World. In the meantime, Ginger, back to you.
Next trip we do together. Can't wait for that. Thank you so much, Will.
And we're continuing our countdown to the 98th Academy Awards this Sunday. And right now we are so lucky to have our friend and Emmy Award-winning talk show host Tamron Hall here to talk about all about the Oscars red carpet show you are hosting. Thank you for joining us. We always love having you.
I came on the right day. I ran into the Girl Scouts with the cookies. And I'm like, wait a minute, I've got like 48 hours. I've got to fit into a gown. And you set me up, Michael Strahan. You set me up.
A couple extra little cookies never hurt anybody.
I'm carrying them on the flight on my way to LA in a few hours.
Good. That's exactly what you should be doing. And you are a pro at this by now. It's your second time hosting the red carpet show. What are you looking forward to this year?
I am so excited about the range this year.
Yeah.
The competition is so stiff.
It's fierce.
It is fierce. I'm also excited about the fact that you have blockbuster films and prestige films. So often people assume that the Oscars is about these films that you haven't seen or films that have been in limited release. You have F1, you have Sinners, you have Hamnet, you have Sentimental Value. So I am excited that you have these films that were box office success stories along with those that were critically acclaimed by the folks who vote. So I'm really focusing on
You're right, it
this
really is such an amazing range, which makes it so fun. You know, what else is going to be different this time around than the last time you hosted?
Well, first of all, I'm like 100 years older.
No.
So that was 2020. But I think what's exciting is these performances. This year, the Academy has really focused in on these cultural moments.
Yeah.
You have Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters being performed. You know, I Lied to You from Sinners.
Yeah.
So I think the excitement, the glamour. I was thinking on my way here, you know, there are people around the world who will watch that night, many of them young folks who will say, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I see Leo DiCaprio or Tiana Taylor nominated for the first time. Elle Fanning nominated for the first time. And they will see these stories and go on to create beautiful movies and films. And so that's why the Oscars are so exciting for someone like myself. I grew up in a tiny town, but this is where the Night of Dreams takes place. Michael B. Jordan, a child actor who may go home the Oscar winner that so many people have rooted for his entire career from Newark, New Jersey to this moment. So this is the night where glamour, of course, is forefront. But it's the night where dreams come true for those on stage and for those at home.
Yeah, you're so right. The Night of Dreams. I like how you put that. And it's so inspiring. Of course, it is also about the fashion and the glamour. So I've got to ask you, you know, the $1 million question. What are you going to be wearing?
Ooh, well, a dress.
A dress, okay.
A dress.
Hint.
We
All
are
right.
in the throes right now.
Okay.
I'm leaving here. I'm going to resize after the Thin Mint. And
Totally worth it.
I'm
Totally
super
worth it.
excited. You know, we've narrowed it down to 2 looks, but I think I'm excited to see, for example, someone, as I said, Tiana Taylor, who has been
she
just
always
an icon
brings it.
and always brings it. I think these fashions, along with the awards, tell us stories.
Yeah.
We'll see a lot of people represent who they are at that moment. I'm a bit nervous because it is always intimidating to be on that red carpet.
No.
But Jesse Palmer will be there, which, you know, guys get a tuxedo.
Yeah,
We've got to figure the rest
cheat,
out.
you know.
But
He's
yeah,
a dapper
we've
guy,
narrowed it down to 2 dresses. My stylist, Mimsor, the team is in place. But more than that, it is about those nominees and the magic of films. I just finished Hamnet for the 4th time. I've watched all of the films. I have. I watched before I learned that I would be hosting the pre-show, and then I went back through the lens of who's asking the question. So I'm excited. On my way out the door, got my cookies. Thank you, Girl Scouts. Thank you, and we'll be on our way.
Well, thank you for making a stop here on your way out. And of course, you can watch Tamron Hall and Jesse Palmer host the Oscars Red Carpet Show this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific on ABC and Hulu. And directly afterwards, the Oscars will air on ABC and stream live on Hulu at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. And coming up right here, the cast of the new movie Forbidden Fruits. They're here live. Stick around.
We are back with the cast of Forbidden Fruits. The horror film follows a group of women who form a secret coven of witches operating out of a mall. Take a look.
Is she deceased? Our latte's gonna get cold.
You smell that? Yeah. Smells like puppy's breath and cinnamon sticks. Is someone wearing it?
The Mojave Body Mist? Yeah. I'm wearing it.
And they're having fun watching themselves. Lola Tung, Lily Reinhardt, Victoria Pedretti, and Alexander Shipp. Welcome. Great to see you guys.
Yes,
thanks for coming. It looks like a lot of fun. And Lola, I understood it took some homework, though, to get ready for this show.
Yeah, I mean, we did a lot of movie research. We watched all of the, like, witchy movies that came before us. Some Jennifer's Body, some Love Witch.
What was your favorite?
I mean, Jennifer's Body is kind of a classic.
Yeah. That's a good one.
inspo
for this movie, yeah. And Lily, I understand you've been attached to this film since you were on Riverdale, and you wanted to play the part of Apple, the so-called villain in this movie. That's a real departure from your Riverdale role. What made you attracted to that
Well, I was honored, and I'm always honored when our director Meredith, can see me in a light that I have not done already. So to take the meeting that I had with her and our writer Lily, I was like so stoked to talk about her, and I had ideas about her immediately. So playing that type of role after playing a very girl next door was really very exciting and intriguing for me.
We can't wait.
Tell us about your character, Cherry.
Cherry is a vivacious and joyful woman, and underneath it, I think you find out that she is also a survivor, and it might not be so obvious on the outside.
Oh, okay.
And Alexandra, we do have the full coven here this morning on the couch. It is pretty rare, though, to have an all-female driven cast like this. What was that like?
It's just so fun and so refreshing, and I think we all really kind of fell in love with each other and trauma bonded over working crazy nights, and working nights is intense, and we just had a lot of fun, all of us, and there was no egos. It was just fun. It was just having a good time, and I just feel very fortunate that we had such an incredible director, Meredith Alloway, to kind of usher us into this beautiful open space where we all can just be ourselves.
I like that, trauma bonded. Hopefully more bonding than trauma.
Yes.
Good.
So what was the craziest thing that happened on set with all this trauma?
I mean, it was just we would arrive on set at 8 p.m. and then we would drive home in rush hour traffic back into the city to go to sleep, and then I would wake up at 6 p.m. Have like
so it was
dinner,
always
breakfast.
night shoots.
For the first 4 days, I think it was like kind of normal. First 4 days was regular shoot. normal hours, like people hours, and then we became
People hours.
And then we became like the demonic witches that were just like coming out at night.
Yeah, you're keeping witches hours. Does that help you sort of tap into the characters more?
I'm sure.
It taps into the delusion of it all. Yeah, for sure. We started to really believe that we were doing some crazy work. For sure.
It sounds like you did. I want to ask you about the Summer I Turned Pretty movie. Everybody's very excited. Can you say anything?
Come on.
Honestly, I don't know too much, but I'm very excited for it. And yeah, I'm excited to find out kind of what you guys will find out too.
Everyone wants to find that out. And I do understand you guys, speaking of maybe some crazy bonding rituals, did you all get piercings together?
Yes, we did.
Give us the backstory.
We did. Yeah. Well, I always had pictured Fig having piercings, and so I got my septum pierced. I still have it pierced because I was like, oh, it's actually kind of cute.
It is cute.
Thank you. I got my septum pierced.
Yeah, I also got one of my ear pierced.
I was there for emotional support.
Yeah,
sort of.
Yeah. We're blood sisters.
It was very fun. It was very fun.
Well, we can't wait to see it. Thank you for coming in. Forbidden Fruits is in theaters Friday, March 27th.
Oscars pre-party coming up. We want to thank you all for watching this morning.
And have a great day, everybody.
So long.